Hey everyone, it's time for another Pathfinder scenario. We are on scenario 3, so this is adventure 3.1. We're in the Great Library of Tefu. So advancing the Blessings deck, first card we have a Caravan Raider. So the difficulty to defeat is 3, since this is a scenario 3. Okay, we're just going to go straight up combat. Let's see. So in my hand, I have Immolate spell. Yeah, wouldn't hurt. I'll do an Immolate spell along with a. Oh, excuse me, got a sneeze coming out. Excuse me. Okay, Immolate spell with a Blessing of Ra. We're just gonna do that. So it's gonna be 2d10 and 2d4. All right. I think with those dice, and I'm adding +2 for my arcane skill. Okay, 13 is 17, 18 right here, 19, 20. Yep, Caravan Rider is defeated, or Caravan Raider. I'm seeing if I recharge my, so I rolled a 1 for my recharge check on Immolate, so I have to discard that. I have quite a few cards in my hand allowing me extra explorations, but since I'm doing quite well, I will just reset my hand and advance the Blessings deck. Alright, and we get an Unshakable Chill. Intelligence D6, or Intelligence 6. I have an Intelligence of 1. Don't really want that spell. It's only a base spell. So, advancing the Blessings deck. Okay, we get a Clockwork Menial. This one's a little more interesting because it's an ally 3. If I acquire this, I'll be able to trade it to a trader. So, Intelligence Craft 9, I like it. So let's see, I'll just go ahead and roll my Intelligence. See what happens. Alright, so I roll a 5. I can get that up to a 6, 7 with my special power. Anything else going for me? No other buffs, unfortunately. Okay, do not acquire this card. And it says here, when you would fail to acquire a boon, shuffle it into this location deck. So that is a little bit of a hassle. It's a time waster. So shuffling up some cards here, and shuffling up the location deck, rolling a d8 to see which card is on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Idori, my ally. I'm going to allow her to, I'm going to discard her, so I have an extra exploration, and I get the Clockwork Menial again. Alright, so once again, it is Intelligence. So just rolling a straight up D10. Alright, this time I get a 6. So I could recharge. Nope, no benefit there. So I could get an 8, but I need a 9. So that means once again, in this library there's all these clockwork automatons. Another word I can't pronounce. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the clockwork automaton goes back in the deck. Looking at my hand here, I have a Blessing of Kepri. I'm going to discard this card to explore the location. And I get the Clockwork Menial again. Ouch. Alright, D10. Let me find a new D10. Let's try this one. Alright. So I rolled a 4 plus 2 is 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Clockwork Menial gets back into the deck here. Okay. 3 explorations, 3 Clockwork Menials. Pretty interesting, thematically. They're all walking around the library. But as it is, we'll just have to leave that exploration as that. What's going to happen now is I'm going to reset my hand. So drawing 2 new cards and advancing the Blessings deck. And okay, we get an Emperor Cobra. So cold or fire trait. I don't have any cold or fire trait cards in my hand. I have a Twin Serpent Quarterstaff, which I'm going to use to add my melee, which is D8, plus a D6. Plus I'm going to use Ahmotep's special ability to recharge a staff to add another D8. Alright, so I'm going to roll 2d8 and a d6. I'm going to add 2 for my melee. Okay, so that was a 5 over here. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, Emperor Cobra is banished. Alright, resetting my hand, advancing the Blessings deck, and we get a Clockwork Medium. This time I have a Blessing of Ra, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll 2d10 on my check to acquire, because I need to acquire this card. Alright, so I rolled a 4 here, and I rolled a 10 there. So finally, I get this Clockwork Menial, and I will use its power to discard this card to explore my location. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so I get Flames of the Faithful. That's cool. So I'm on level 3, so if I get a level 1 spell, or a level 1 boon, I'm not going to be able to trade it to a trader. So I'll just go ahead and see if I acquire this card, Wisdom Divine. My wisdom is only a d6, but I do have the loot in my hand, the Ushabti of the Willing Servant. So I can add 1d8 to my strength, dexterity, or perception. So no help there. Okay, I thought it was good. Alright, just a straight up d6. So I rolled a 4. I can use, my wisdom is actually +1. Because I gave that buff to Ahmotep. So I rolled a 5. Okay, cool. So I actually acquired this card, which I'm going to add to my hand. Let's see, I don't have anything that gives me extra explorations. So I will just go ahead and advance the Blessings deck. And see what we got. Ouch, this guy. Charisma, Diplomacy, Arcane, Divine. So my Charisma is actually D6. Oh, we have a diplomacy check, even better. Okay, my diplomacy is going to be charisma +3, which is a d6. So d6 +3. Let's see, anything else I got here going for me? No. Okay, d6 +3. Alright, so I rolled 2, and 3 is 5, and I can use Ahmotep's special power to recharge a card and allow me to add +2 to the result. I'm going to recharge Flames of the Faithful. So that bumps it up to a total of 7, which is exactly what I need. And then I will use this ability here on this ally to discard this card to explore your location. Will do. Alright. Okay, we get Memories of Violence, Wisdom Divine, Charisma, Diplomacy. Okay, so let's see. No modifiers to the check to defeat. So it's a straight up Charisma or Diplomacy 8 check. My Diplomacy is D6 +3. I'll go for that. Let's see. Strength, Dexterity, Perception, Strength. Nope. Okay, so D6 +3. Alright, so I rolled a 5. 6, 7, 8. Right on the money. So this card, this barrier is banished. Resetting my hand. Advancing the Blessings deck. I get this scenario's henchman / villain. Okay, check to defeat Combat 18 or Divine 13. I didn't examine this card. This character is immune to mental and poison traits. And there's an after you act effect. Okay, so I just need a Combat 18. I got a lot of good stuff in my hand. I got a Twin Serpent's Quarterstaff. So I'm going to use my melee, which is a D8. And then what I'm going to do, so D8, and I get to do a D6 +1. Then I'm going to discard the Twin Serpent Quarterstaff to add another D6. Then I'm going to recharge my Explorer's Staff to give myself a D8. So another D8 there. So I got 2D8 and 2D6, and my modifier is going to be a total of +3. So looking pretty good. We'll keep it at that. +3 modifier. So I rolled a 7, and 4 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So once again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 with my melee and the +1 from the staff. So I failed by 1, but I can use Ahmotep's special power to modify die rolls, where I will recharge a card and add 2 to the result. So I tell you, this Magus, or Magus, ability of Ahmotep's is really a game changer. So I defeated this creature. It says, if defeated, you may attempt to close the location this henchman came from. So we are going to attempt that check, which is a intelligence or knowledge 6 check. My intelligence is D10. So having a D10 here, and I'm going to roll. So 2. Unfortunately, I could make that a 4, but I needed a 6, so I did not close this location. So resetting my hand. Oh, actually, there's the... before I do that, we have to do this. After you act, if the result of your check to defeat is greater than 24. Okay, it wasn't greater than 24. Okay. So now, advancing the blessings deck, I'll have to reset my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we get a blessing of the ancients. So blessing of the ancients, I'll roll for my divine skill. It's a 3, which is exactly what I want. I acquire this card. I'm going to use it right away. 2. Well, I can examine the top card of my location deck, which I might regret doing, but I'm going to try it anyway. Examining it. Okay, cool. And then it says, discard this card to examine the top card of your location deck, then you may explore your location deck. Okay, cool. So the last card in this location is the remove curse spell. Intelligence Arcane 8. Let's see, or Wisdom Divine. So I am going to, let's see. Intelligence Arcane. Well, I'm going to do my Arcane, which is D10 plus 2. Alright, so I rolled a 3, 4, 5. I can recharge a card to get 6, 7. So I fail to acquire this. It gets shuffled back into the location deck, but it is the only card in the location deck. I had a Blessing of Abdar in my hand. Advancing the Blessings deck. Okay, another chance for remove curse. I'm going to use my Blessing of Abdar. So I'm going to roll 2d10. Alright, so I rolled a 5 and a 4. So that means that I do acquire this card. Alright, and it goes into my hand. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom out. Oops, technical difficulties. Alright, so let's go ahead and see where Ahmotep's deck is at the end of this adventure. So the reward for this scenario was this card, the Manufra's Favor. So I do acquire this card. I acquired a few other loot items here. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything. So we have the loot. We have items there. We got spells here. Item, spell, ally, spell, blessings. Okay, so, but he's an ally 1, so I really can't trade him. I can trade this ally, which is pretty exciting. Okay, so I did get some good loot to trade. That was pretty much the only loot I got, which was that one ally. Everything else is of a level 2 low to trade. But so what I want to do is, for the level 3 cards, when I'm meeting a merchant or a trader, I really like this, the Smiths of Wate. So he's offering weapons, and I definitely want some weapons for level 3. What's really cool in level 3, cards, or level 3 weapons, have some great staves. So let's see if I get one. So randomly counting down 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's see if the Smiths of Wate gives me a staff. So oh cool, I get the Staff of Focus, and I get an Icy Long Spear. The thing with the, well actually you know what? So hold on, this is the level B and this is the level C. So what's going on with the Smiths of Wate is they're only offering, since we're on level 3, they're only offering weapons that are levels 2 or 3. So looking through the top of this deck here for the first weapon 2, 3 cards, so we get this one and we get 2 or 3. Where is it? A 2 or a 3? Well, there aren't a lot of them. Okay, so here are the things that the Smith of Wate is offering. So a Shocking Scimitar and a Disrupting Rapier. So okay, for the Shocking Scimitar, for your combat check, reveal this card to use your Strength or Melee skill plus 1d6 plus 2. if proficient with weapons. Let's see, is Ahmotep proficient with weapons? Yes, she is. Okay, you may additionally discard this card to add another 1d6 in the electricity trait. Wow, or the disrupting rapier. So that's pretty cool. For your combat check, reveal this card to use your strength or melee skill plus 2d4 plus 1. You may additionally discard this card to add another d4. If the Bane has the undead trait, add another d8. Wow, and well, so see, really, really good stuff here. And what's awesome, so I would need a total of 2 level 2 or higher boons in order to get that. So for example, I could trade the Clockwork Menial, but then Clockwork Menial and maybe this loot. So if I traded these 2 cards, I'd still have my 2 allies, and I'd have to toss a spell or a weapon to add that weapon. Okay, so a lot of good options here. Smiths of Wati came through. Kind of glad I got these weapons, but I will have to lose a staff. So I will tell you what my decision was at the start of the next adventure. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Interesting, entertaining scenario. Not as challenging as I'd wanted. Ahmotep is just pretty OP, but we'll see if she runs into any brick walls in the future. Alright, thanks again.